Guitars for Real Musicians Forum's review of a lesser 335 style. Now, when the owner of the company contacted me to talk about him starting the company and my interest in one of his first-run guitars, I was more than excited to. And as you can see, this thing is absolutely gorgeous. Everything from the specs that I gave him ended up on this guitar. It's one of the most beautiful guitars that I own. With that in mind, I'm going to finish the review after I do a string change. So if the room's different and the lighting's different, you'll just have to excuse that. Alright, see you in a little bit. Hi, and welcome back to the Guitars for Real Musicians Forum review of the Lesser Guitars 335 style. And basically what I want to do is provide a recap between the first part of the video and this part of the video. So what happened is right after I got this, I started feeling under the weather and decided to put off the review until I wasn't zombie-like, and I really have no interest at this point in making a monster video. So what I'm going to recap for you is, the basic finish, beautiful trans blue to black over quilted maple. Looks fantastic. Looks as good as it sounds. Gold hardware up and down this thing. You have the gold Bigsby style, gold tunematic, gold OEM pickups, which by the way sound really good for being OEMs. So what that means for you, the prospective buyer of a lesser 335 style, is that you won't have to go right away and drop a couple hundred on some really nice pickups right away. It'll happen eventually, but it's good to know that it's not one of the first things that you need to do. Rosewood fretboard with split block MOP inlays, binding along the neck, the front and the back. Gibson style tuners on the back of this thing, and again gold. So basic setup for 335 style, 2 volumes, 2 tones, 3-way switch, and it sounds really good with that setup. So what I'm going to go over next is, you might have noticed that the pick guard is missing off of this guitar. What happened was, as I sat there playing this acoustically, I found that the sound seemed kind of muffled from sitting in my position behind the guitar. So I decided that because that pick guard was covering over half of this sound hole at the bottom, was that I might as well take it off. At the very least it would expose more of that beautiful finish that I was talking about earlier. So I went over this guitar pretty much with a magnifying glass, looking for any imperfections I can find. Really nothing stood out. There may have been an unevenness in the blue from one end of the guitar to the other, but I mean, you're looking at it on this video, you can't see it. I had to look really close, like seriously, with a magnifying glass to see that on there. So it's really, this is a pristine example of a really nice and well-made guitar. So the next part of this is I'm going to play a riff or two acoustically, and then I'm going to move on to the amp, and we'll see what damage I can do from there. So let's take a listen. So we'll So a little bit of, just your standard blues lick. I'm, really at a loss as to what I can play for you. It all sounds good, whether or not you're just strumming chords. So this guitar seems to have sustained for days. One of the reasons I really like playing this acoustically. But that's what it is acoustically. Let's move the old carbon in from standby to on and give you a little bit of a taste to what that is. Try to adjust the volume so we're not blowing out my neighbors or blowing out the phone. You may pick up some of the buzz that's coming off of this. The ground is not, that ground buzz is not coming from the guitar, it's coming from my amp. So don't worry, the electronics are sound, I promise you. So this is the rhythm channel of this amp with the bridge pickup on here. Middle position. And then all the way up to the neck, which has that good kind of hollow, kind of a glass kind of a sound. And you can see I'm not that great at this. Most of it's nervousness, I hope. But yeah, it's really great sounding, and surprisingly enough, when you kick on the overdrive and a little bit of the lead, it sounds fantastic. So that's with the gain about up halfway. You get a really great sound. So if we kick our gain all the way up, you actually get a pretty great metal sound to it. Up to the middle or the neck position. You get that really deep kind of bluesy tone even with the metal sound. This thing really reacts well to a tube amp and some gain. It really does. I'm really happy with this. One of the best purchases ever. Again, this goes for about $700 in the $700 range through Lesser Guitars. Worth every penny, as a matter of fact. I'd like to thank Lesser Guitars for giving me the opportunity to buy from his first batch and for actually delivering what he promised he would deliver. Outstanding guitar at a sub-Gibson price. One that looks and sounds great. So if you have any interest, I'm going to put up the Lesser Guitars Facebook address. Should magically appear somewhere below here. I also want to thank you, of course, the viewers, for watching this, my second review video. Also, all the forum members for their support. I really appreciate it. So I'm going to show the forum address down below here. You can also find us on Twitter at GFRM forum. So follow us on that if you're so inclined. I may not tweet all the time, but you know, it's there. Also, we're on Facebook. Use the search function. You can find us. We're also on Google+. A couple other places out there on the web, so just a general Google search will bring up pretty much everything for us. So again, I want to thank everyone involved, and I hope you enjoyed this review. Take care.